Heath Ledger, I tribute this movie review for you. Hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop1987. This is my review for a day. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another movie review. And I'm sure that everybody has been waiting for this movie review to come. To tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I will finally complete the Dark Knight saga. And this movie that I really want to review for today is one of the most legendary superhero movies of all time, and truly one of the best sequels of all time. So for my next movie review is The Dark Knight. And yes, this movie did have a whole lot of praise in the year of 2008. Well, it's not just because of Christian Bale's performance as Batman, but it's this dude in the middle. Our favorite late actor, Mr. Heath Ledger. A guy who could play a very awesome villain called the Joker. And I will tell you about his character in a moment while I'll do this movie review. I tribute this movie review for him, since he worked so hard playing this villain. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my movie review number 66, called The Dark Knight. And forgive me if this plane is, doing the air thingy here and there. It's, annoying and all that stuff. And also, what do you think of my Goku T-Shirt? I got it from FYE. It's pretty awesome. So, anyway, let's head on to my movie review. I don't have much things to say about the plot of the story. All I could say about the main plot of the story, it took place 2 years later after Batman Begins, where Batman and his partner, Mr. Gordon, is going on to most serious cases of their lives to take care of mobs, criminals, and all the bad guys who did bad stuff here and there and tried to arrest them for good. Tried to make Gotham City safe and sound and make it really darn peaceful. But now there's a new villain on the loose called the Joker. A weirdo psychological dude who's doing so many bad things here and there and try to mess up Gotham City for some unknown reason, and also try to steal money from so many places in the banks. And, well, they can't do this mission alone without this Harvey Dent dude. And everybody thinks that Harvey Dent will be the only hope to save Gotham City, if you know what I mean. But then later on, he'll be turned on as a villain. Well, that's all I could say about the main plot of the story of The Dark Knight. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about The Dark Knight? Well, to tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, it's a really good movie. I enjoyed this movie very much. I will say it had a very good, fast-paced storyline, has likable characters. I will say one character who's kind of decent. It's a good, realistic movie that took place in Chicago and Hong Kong. The score is pretty darn epic as usual. And yeah, most of all, Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of The Dark Knight. I will say for the strongest points of the movie, I will go with a two-way tie. Just a tie between the fast-paced storyline and Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. I will say for the storyline, it is pretty darn well done. I love everything about this movie from start to finish. Or rather, if I start to finish, forgive me if I made my fingers or my hands the wrong way. You get the picture. Yes, I do enjoy the storyline. I love a story where Batman continues on his missions, help Gordon out with some cases here and there, and Joker is doing a lot of crazy things here and there. And I like a couple of dialogues that came from the Joker here and there. I will say the best scene in the whole entire movie is definitely when the Joker made like a party crashing performance thing for that party scene. And tell you the truth is, there was one unknown Easter egg that Patrick Leahy made a cameo appearance in that movie. I wonder if everybody's surprised to see him in that film. But sadly, he only had a little bit of small role in the film. Just a little bit of small role. Yeah, I will say the party scene is definitely the best scene in the whole entire movie for me, and a couple of those Joker moments here and there for the film. And yeah, as for the Heath Ledger's Joker, he did a really good job in the film, and I will tell you about the character-wise in a moment. So I will say for the strongest points of this movie is the fast-paced storyline and also the performance by Heath Ledger. And sadly, I only got two major weak points in this movie, and I'm afraid it has to go to that character Rachel Dawes. There's only two main weak points about this movie. One, there's not much character development and chemistry between her and Bruce. And also that dumb choice that she made thanks to that stupid letter of hers. Okay, the first major weak point about Rachel Dawes is she did not have much character development and chemistry between her and Bruce. There's only a little bit about it. The only good screen time we got from Bruce and Rachel is they were talking together outside while there was a party going on. And the other when they had their last and final moment together. If I remember right, they only got 2 or 3 scenes in the movie together. And I guess, I don't know why Christopher Nolan did not put much character development and chemistry between these two after the events of Batman Begins. I wish there was a little bit more to it. And I will never forgive Rachel Dawes for writing that stupid letter for Bruce Wayne. You know, about her dumb choice by she wants to marry that Harvey Dent dude. And well, just so many serious moments here and there. It's hard for me to explain, but yeah, I'll never forgive her for writing that stupid letter to Bruce and making a dumb choice that she wants to be with that Harvey Dent. How stupid is she? You have no idea what kind of dude that Harvey Dent is. He's selfish, he's arrogant, he's spoiled, I think he took so many things here and there way too seriously or something. I don't know. What kind of person are you, Rachel Dawes? How dare you? How dare you broke up with Bruce Wayne and be with that Harvey Dent dude? Ah! Oh yeah, and as for that Maggie, what's her last name? I will say she did a pretty good job as Rachel Dawes. I do like her personality and attitude, and she does have a spicy attitude. I like her spiciness. It's hard for me to say, but I will say she was an okay character, but I don't like the choice that she made at the end. She makes me mad. Ah! Well, okay. Yeah, for my two major weak points in the movie is not much character development between Bruce and Rachel, and the dumb decision that she made by choosing that Harvey Dent dude and not Bruce Wayne. thanks to that stupid, pathetic letter. I'd rather rip that up if you know what I mean. And now, let's go on to the characters to the movies. I'd rather go with two characters in the film. I already mentioned about Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne and Batman. I already explained about Michael Caine as Alfred and Morgan Freeman as Mr. Fox, and also Gary Oldman as that Mr. Gordon dude. All of them did a pretty good job in so many ways, but I'd rather go with the two good characters who did a really good job in this film. Okay, the first character I want to talk about is... It's hard for me to... Here we go. That Aaron dude who plays Harvey Dent. I guess everybody wants to know, what is my main thoughts of this Aaron guy playing Harvey Dent? I'll say he did a pretty good job in that movie. I like his good looks, his charm. I think his personality and attitude was okay, but then later on in the movie, he started out to become a bad guy in the film when he became Two-Face. And I guess everybody wants to know, what do you think of Harvey Dent's face when his face got burned up? I guess it was kind of scary, but yet so creepy like. Yeah, I know, that guy will give you nightmares if you know what I mean. I have nothing else to say. I'm sorry this picture is so darn small, but I will say Harvey Dent is a pretty good character overall. Hard for me to say. And now let's go on to the last and final character I want to talk about in this movie review is the Joker, played by our late Heath Ledger. I will say Heath Ledger did a pretty good job playing the main villain of the movie. I will say he had a good storyline. He has a great personality and attitude. I think he's one of the best Jokers out there who did have a very good background story, since we know him a little bit more about his past and all that stuff. He's a really cool psycho character. His laugh is really darn awesome. And sadly, ladies and dudes, this is the last and final time we're going to see Heath Ledger in this movie. And since this is his last and final film, as we all know, from January of 2008, poor Heath Ledger died from a disease in his own apartment in New York City. Well, all I can say is he died in bed while he's naked in bed. He was 28 years old. And it's so sad to see a young actor passed away way too soon in the 21st century. After all, he was sick. And he tried so hard to have a good life. But at least the good news is Heath Ledger finally got his Oscar at long last for his performance as the Joker. But thanks to his family, they took good care of it on their behalf, or his behalf. It's hard for me to say. But yep, Heath Ledger, thank you so much for working so hard to play with this character. And I will say, in my own opinion, you're the one who had truly saved the day of saving this film without being so bad and all that stuff. We love you, dude, and we will miss you very dearly. Amen. So, anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here's my final thoughts of The Dark Knight. Overall, The Dark Knight is one of the best sequels of all time and one of the best movies that came out in the year of 2008. It had a good storyline, has likable characters, one is decent, has good action scenes, great drama, great score, and this is going to be a really hard movie to say since we lost our actor way too soon. So for my rating for 1 to 10, I decided to give this movie a 9 out of 10. Please check out this movie to believe it in the memories. Well, we got to honor this good movie for our late Heath Leger. We will love him as the Joker, if you know what I mean. And so, that is my whole entire movie review of The Dark Knight, and join me next time on my next movie review as I tribute to another good movie to our late actor, Alan Rickman. Well, 2 good movies, of course. One is called Little Charo, and the other is Alice Through the Looking Glass. After all, it's coming in May, so I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara.